out here for you. You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you.
We choose truth over facts.
Never go for retard.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah. Tonight, I want the Coca-Cola, not the Coke that Ben Cousins takes down, but here we go. And for all those in Western Australia that are watching tonight, good to have you here. Liam, Steve, Bryce, great to have you here. Also, if we've got anyone that's in Darwin from 5-7 now, drop a comment down here so we can see what's going on. And hopefully, team, we get some insight from you guys. So tonight, it's a little bit about the War Pigs. You know, you'd have seen them on Instagram. There's videos coming up as well. 7 RAR. They got linked back up with 5 RAR to make 5-7 again, and they're based back up in Townsville. When they de-linked in December last year, basically that meant that the dissolving of the land of the single mums. So basically what's occurred now is the guys that were qualified on the M113s, they're with 3 RAR now, and they're using those as infantry fighting vehicles up in Townsville. And there's some others that went to other units, and 100 or so went with 5-7. So great to actually have the battalions filling up again. And what we're going to do tonight, we've got 3 videos to play for you. We've done a lot of work on getting the intranet up here and doing test plays today, so maybe the quality is going to be a little bit better as well. And we're going to get into your questions, then we're going to kick it off with some entertainment for you on this goddamn Monday. Tell me why. I don't like Mondays, but I don't want to shoot the whole day down. We've got Murphy here. Murph, okay, Kaz, how are you? I'm very good. Mike Ledger, keeping it even. We've got Operator Penguin. You know, you get a lot of chafe when you walk that way, my man. We've got Cal 77 WA here, represent. We've got some bit of Black Sabbath there. Van Helsek, g'day, mate. We've got James. The masterminds are the guys from 7R themselves, the guys that have a passion for their trade and love the army. What I don't understand is why everyone else hasn't followed the lead that is happening from 5-7 to actually step into this space. And if 7RAR is now poof like a Navy fleet, you know, then who is the mastermind behind War Pigs? Because if 7RAR is now part of 5-7, is War Pigs now 5-7 RAR's baby? You know, if 2 RAR, if 3 RAR, 2 fine battalions, 1 RAR, the big blue one, that's what she said, 6 or 8, 9, how come they haven't caught up? How come everyone else is not saying, hey, team, let's get into this. Let's do the best that we can possibly can to get some multimedia out there, not as a recruiting tool, because at the moment, the Army is actually chock-a-block full of people in training going for infantry 343 duty first. Okay, but we've also got, as of today that I know of, that Armoured Corps is now full. You know, so I'm telling you now, guys, if you're waiting to go to Armoured Corps, if you're waiting to go to infantry, it's going to be a long time. Having said that, now we've had people today taking the option up that realising that the opportunities are disappearing and went for the last of the combat wars. I'm not talking about engineers, we're talking about artillery. You know, artillery, you can be a gun number, right? You can be, I believe, with the drones there too. Or you can be with the forward observers. If you're going to go in, you want to be a forward observer. They work with infantry. They work with Armoured Corps. They don't work so much around the guys with the biggest hat badges on earth. It's a way of getting in, and serving is better than not serving and wondering. Murph, any chance infantry is recruiting? They're not at the moment. They're actually telling people, if you come in there and you just say you're going to infantry, they're probably going to close down your actual case. So that doesn't mean pull out of it now. What it means is that just be aware there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of backload that's occurring, whether that be at Kapuka, whether it be at Singleton, 16-week course now, or whether it be the guys going for direct entry commandos. G'day, Foxy Fox. Great. Foxy's doing 3 chin-ups now. Fantastic. Female. Yeah, good to see. Brady Cars, that's one confused tiger. It is a confused tiger. We've got Drunk Drop Bear. War Pigs did an AB video on their Instagram. It's pretty damn cool. Yeah, they've got heaps, and I'll be showing you all of that tonight. Come to artillery, says Lukey. He's got the force. He knows what's going on. But I hope it won't be like that for infantry in 2028. So before we get into videos, what you're going to see with the infantry, what I believe is going to occur. Wait 2 seconds, I'll put this up so that you understand what's happening at the moment. The 5 and 7 are relinked. I'll talk about that in a moment. What I believe is going to see is there's going to be either the expansion of infantry with another battalion getting stood up, or what could happen is you're going to see that infantry will be chock-a-block for the next 2 to 3 years. Then there'll be either a mass exodus or there's going to be a continuation of the drought unless they expand infantry units and stand up some battalions, for the simple fact that now there's some big financial gains for young people to stay. And if it's your calling and you're going to get paid 40 grand extra to do your calling at the 3-year mark, etc., why would you leave? Why would you leave? People normally only get out of the military because they've come back from multiple operations and think that they've ticked the boxes off. Maybe they're injured. Maybe they're getting fat. Maybe they've got a missus who doesn't want them to be there anymore. Or maybe they're saying, I've had my calling. I've been in for a long time. I've got people trying to get me out of here to basically poach me for a greater cause, and my children deserve a break. Or it could be special needs, these sort of things. Okay, so with 5-7 now established back up in the Tall role up in Darwin, what we've got is a majority of 7 RARs, Met qualified soldiers, as I said, went to 3 RAR. That's the M113s. You see them at the moment fighting in the Ukraine as well. And another portion will be posted to 5-7. Okay, with a smaller number going to the other battalions to bolster those up. Hopefully they get to a full Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta rifle companies, absolutely full. Maybe even bring back 5-7 as well. Not the 5-7, the pipes and drums. Let's get into our first video. Now I'm going to play this one first. I'm going to play the second one first because I love, this is a description of why things do it, the people behind the curtain. Kapuka is politics. 2 seconds, Tim. 2 seconds. Hi, hello. Hello, darling. Are you here? Well, I'm online at the moment, girls. Can I give you a call back when I get back offline? That'll be. I'll make sure it's before 9. Okay. Okay, good girl. Love you, darling. Oh, and they hang up. No more comms. I'll never not pick up the phone for my daughter. That's what we fight for, isn't it? Looking after little girls. So the men behind the cloth. Kapuka, you're going to see politics in enlistment. You're going to see politics in Kapuka. You're going to see DEI in all of the above. When you get to Singleton, there's no more quitting, team. And if you do, you can be there for a goddamn long time. You might as well just start what you finish, oath or affirmation, complete what you do, and become the better version of yourself. And again, sorry, no women should go to infantry. And I'll always stand by that. Okay, team. We're going to talk about also in a moment the poll we ran. So let's watch this one first.
Fight, I think. It's not that they're born brave.
Let's go back to
Some people are just born to fight, I think. It's not that they're born brave. It's not that they're born strong. It's just that the universe has decided that this one will have grit and fire and steel in their blood. And it'll be tested, this cosmic metal of theirs. They'll face trial after trial, be broken and damaged in countless ways. But this one was born to fight. Maybe it's not the life they would have chosen. Maybe they'd love to lay down their arms. But they were born to fight. It's what they know. It's what they do best. It's all they can do.
Look at the theme here, team. What you're seeing in every one of these is an Australian flag or some sort of symbology of the love of a nation. These are the guys that will stay on the Titanic for you. Ordinary guys, you wouldn't necessarily realise they're soldiers in the street, in a movie theatre, watching Saving Private Ryan. But these guys, when it comes time to stay standing and to lean into the fight, the kangaroo and the emu, they don't go backwards. Then I'm telling you now, team, duty first, these guys will get the job done. We're almost undefeated. You know, very, very special men doing extraordinary things. Every single one is a volunteer. How proud would a parent be when they see their kid leave, nervous, scared of failure, scared of failing their brothers, and then they see photos like this come back with them showing that their kid belongs, their kid stands for something. They're not about hurting people, they're about excellence. We came from all walks of life to serve our country. Amazing. Amazing. Australia. War Pig Productions. Righto, team. What we're going to do is we're going to move straight into the second video, before we go into the third one after. Okay, but we'll watch this one, then we'll go to your comments. So hang on out and hit that like button if you can. And let's go. Bam, straight away being immersed in the past. We saw Vietnam, we saw the Hueys. That, mate, they are an unusual helicopter. I was in those in Timor with the New Zealanders. We've seen Afghanistan here. We've seen the gear change, but the men kind of look the same. This is what we don't explain to people, team. What we're looking at right here, people think of a PFA as a fitness test. People think of a BFA as a fitness test. It is not the fitness test. We do not go outfield. We do not serve our nation in a fucking singlet, T-shirt and shorts and joggers. We do it with massive packs on. We are grunts. We do it with a shovel. We do it with a rifle. And remember, the role of the infantry is to seek out and close the enemy, to kill or capture him, to seize and hold ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. How fit do you need to have to be for that? You're seeing it right now. Look at that image. That is a poster I would have on my wall. And it gets better. Bam. The before, the after, and the sacrifice, and the footsteps of the Anzacs. That's exactly what it looks like. Someone explaining to someone younger who'll be following his footsteps while he follows the footsteps of others. That symbology is phenomenal. Ready for it? It's an 84 team. It's a beast of the battlefield. You know, you'll be firing that if you go to Singleton. If you've got any Singleton people on here right now, give us some thumbs up. Duty first, what we're seeing here now is a machine gun. This is the Mag 58 in the DFSW roll. So these guys will fire 20-round bursts. So the theory of machine gun fire will create bursts over a long period of a long distance. And then what that will do is cover the ground and will hopefully get some grazing enfilade fire. Now, I love it. All gave some gave all. Well done, War Pigs. Excellent. Okay, guys. So just remember that all these people that are in the comments right now, you're the next generation of the people that'll be War Pigs. It takes less than 1 year for you to go from where you are right now to be one of these guys with a Carl Gustav in your shoulder, 84 millimeter, preparing to be an anti-armor sniper. Now, there's no reason you can't do it. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to have some heart, have some mateship, some friendship, and some courage, and be ready to open your life up for a world in the crucible where you're going to do some bloody hard work, but it's going to pay off. My microphone wasn't on. Where are we? Wait a second. I'm just going to make sure that my audio is good to go here. Yep. Well, it is now. It might have improved a little bit. Charlie Gutsake. Yep. Buckley said he did his airborne repellent course in 1986. Out of the Iroquois. That's the Huey's team. Rat base Embley Spotter, massive. How are you with the F-88? Well, I was an expert. I was one of the better shooters of Australia. So not bad. Cause you believe these retards not putting any Black Hawks in Darwin or Townsville? They're in Townsville, I believe. They're going to Sydney and Oakey. No battalions there. I'm sure they've already got a full squadron up in 5 Aviation Townsville as well. Have you seen the new rifle from Lithgow Arms? We haven't got it yet, but I think it is time we get to the 6.8 millimeter to be allowed us to punch through enemy's body armor. I want to go reserves. That's the best side hustle you can have, team. But I reckon my work's going to kill me. I started a new job in 2 weeks, so no way they'd be cool with me pissing off for 3 weeks, then even more for training. We'll just wait for a little while. Wazza, how old are you? Let us know. Audio's fine. Buckler says, Kaz, your Ethernet cable is doing the good job. Really good video with no breaking up. Fantastic. Good to hear. Well, I nearly went Rocky training video on these today. Nearly beat up the computers, inanimate objects. Let's watch the third video before we go. Michael Reynolds, it's his first time here tonight. It's great to have him here. Can we get some thumbs up for him? Hey, Kaz, I was planning on applying for the infantry soon. If they are flat out at the moment, is it possible to get in? It is possible, Michael, but I don't know how many positions are available. There's always people still dropping out. Remember that. I would say go through with it until they say don't. F88 or 308. So 7.62 or 556. I don't know, man. Most of the time I'd say 556. Been told there is an 8 to 12 month wait for the next intake for infantry at Kapooka, though thought we were struggling for numbers. Well, what's going on, 7-4, is they've had so many people that have applied that basically what's happening is we've got a backload of people that are actually at the School of Infantry by also getting rid of 7RAR, by disbanding that or putting it with 5-7. Those guys have now gone into the battalions, which has filled up a lot of the gaps. So I believe what's occurring at the moment is they're just waiting for that backload to die down a little bit so they don't end up with excessive people on the books trapped in the paperwork. I'm not sure what that's going to do to some of those people, but I've been watching the channel for 2 years now. I've a brew watching this at the moment. Off to the telecentre tomorrow to get the application done. Can't wait to see what happens next. Thanks, mate. Pihi Collins. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to butcher it. We've got Michael Reynolds. Thanks, Cats. It's okay, mate. I appreciate you being here, mate. Bradley Loveday. If I have applied for infantry and I'm going in this Monday, do you think I'll still be able to get it? Yes. Yes, you should be fine, mate. If they've said the position's there, you're part of that backfill. How do left-handers go with weapons handling? Look, they do fine, Cal 77, but they look goddamn weird. They look dangerous. Bradley's going into Kapuka. Well done, mate. I wish you were going a little bit later so you could feel the kiss of winter from Wagga. Jeremy Ray heading out on the 14th of April, the month of Anzac. The July for Singleton. Anyone looking at joining to stick with it, it'll be worth the wait. Everyone tends to wait, mate. But I tell you now, the actual winter in Singleton, it sucks worse than a second divorce, mate. It really does. Agony. Up here, we did a poll. Do you think it's time for national service? 78% says yes. No says is 11%. Another 11% said, why do we need it? Okay. Let me explain that quickly while I put another piece of information on here. Bam. 7R was born for war, and our traditions are wholly defined by that idea. That's our ethos, and that's what I hope we are remembered for. Roll the infantry. Not here for cyclones. Not here for national disasters. Not to cow. Training for war. Seek out and close the enemy. To kill or capture him. To seize and hold ground. To repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. Hats off. I'm not going to take the hat off because I'll look like a lesbian. But to all of those that have ever served under the Skippy badge, and everyone, but under the Skippy badge, what we're talking about tonight, exceptional. No one will ever know that we've got those stories that link us all together, whether it be the cramp on the traverse rope, whether it be the cold bite of the bear pit, whether it be walking across the monkey bars that terrorists are meant to go underneath on. There's so many things about being infantry, regular infantry, Skippy badge infantry, that you can't explain to people. For some reason, other than this channel and Matty Morris, no one seems to care or want to know. Is it because there's estrogen flowing through the tits of the modern man? Is it because the testosterone is getting sucked out of us by the schooling system, that doesn't want testosterone within our men? We're going to need them one day. So national service. Why do we need it? To save our fucking youth. Okay, let's start with our education system. I speak to someone today. I believe it's time that males and females completely segregated. Girls go to girls' schools. Boys go to boys' schools. Girls learn in a different way. Boys learn in a different way. We learn with discipline. We learn with male teachers, with male leadership, with hardship, with time off the pads. Get out, do a bit of boxing on the pads. Teach them how to climb a rope correctly, scissors or stirrup method, and then bring them back in, get back into the lessons again. Because a lot of girls end up having no career because of the dickhead boys in a classroom, and a lot of boys in a classroom end up with no career because they had a female teacher that they weren't inspired by and they couldn't listen to, were told they had ADHD when they just didn't feel like there was any leadership in the room worth listening to. So I believe that boys segregated from girls. It also keeps the animals off each other. I think it'd be a good thing, and I think you'd like it too. We need to save this generation before they realise they need saving. Give them national service. It doesn't mean you take someone and make them into an infantry soldier. There's all of these different options. They might be an MP. They could be infantry. They could be going to be doing computer courses. They could be doing fitness courses. They could be doing tertiary study, all these different things that suits them, that gives them a basement of standards, but every one of them is going to learn about fitness, about dietary needs, how to wear a uniform, how to turn up on time, how to be a mate, and most of all, to love their country, but also know how to accept responsibility when you fuck up, because that is something that is completely vacant from today's society, the ability to take accountability for when you do something wrong. Yeah, that's why national service needs to be here. And with that, I know that Bucko doesn't like it, but we need to bring the guns back. We need to bring the weapons back, weapon ownership, open gun ranges, and let's allow the public to have teeth again. So when motherfuckers come to your house, they never know who's going to be on the other side of that door. So how about we just don't do that anymore? Have to stand at your ground laws as well, that the castle laws, that you don't have to go backwards. If it's your house, if it's your family, kids, missus, fuck off to the kitchen. Get that shotty out. Cock that Mossberg, the Intimidator, and make them run off that porch. German Shepherd, and a pump-action shotgun. I ran into a guy a couple of days ago. He lives around the corner, came from South Africa, white farmer. And he said to me, the one thing he can't believe, being here in Australia, he's been here for 3 years, he doesn't need a German Shepherd anymore. He doesn't need a picket fence outside his house anymore. His daughter is allowed to walk outside the yard now, and he doesn't need to walk around the front yard with a rifle. That's how bad it is. Yeah, but there's no hashtag white lives matter in South Africa. Absolute savages. Okay. Right, what else we got? Is there any war pigs with us tonight? Let us know. Is there anyone from 7RR, 5RR, 57RR? Is there anyone here from 3? Old Faithful. It's about to be Capion Day on the 24th of April, followed by Anzac Day. We're getting ready for it. Reunion, Townsville. Let's go. We've got another couple of comments here. And then what we're going to do is kick into the last video, which is Fantastico. I didn't realize what I was watching when I first saw it. War Pig's done a great job. While I'm here yakking to you, what I'm going to do is present the share screen, the Instagram that you need to go to for War Pigs Productions. Okay, so there they are. All sorts of videos. This is not going to show some sound here because of music and stuff with it, but check this out. Big fella. Someone's going to get slammed. Oh, there we go. Your PFA won't prepare you for that, team. Well, what's this one? The editing on these is fantastic. That slow motion shots, the LUTs that they've put over, the filters, fantastic. When you watch this sort of shit, team, let me ask you, were you thinking you want to go to Special Forces, but when you watch these guys, you're starting to think to yourself, holy shit. That's what I thought Special Forces was. And you're right. There is a lot of similarities now with the infantry battalions, with those of the 2nd Commando Regiment, okay, and the Special Air Service Regiment. All of them need each other, team. Hey, Joshy Fawns, I see you there. I'm scared of heights. Being on that cargo ladder would have got some brown out of my duds. Last one. Okay, the Australian Army, 124 years serving the nation. Bam. Don't ever let anyone talk bad about our military team, because we're a very proud people. And I tell you now that when you say something bad about the Army, you're also saying something bad about the Anzacs. So that's why I'd never do it, or would never recommend it, because you don't know who's very proud beside you too. Buckaroony says, hey, Carl, how you going, mate? Buckaroony says Catter Party are pushing for castle law in Queensland. Yep. Harrison Magic. Hey, Kaz. Wait 2 seconds. Hey, Kaz, from mates who are applying for infantry, ADF recruiting are trying very hard to force applicants into artillery over infantry. Harris, we saw that today. One of the lads said, yep, you know what, I'm not going to take the risk anymore and then not have an opportunity at all. So what I would recommend is use artillery if engineers says no as well. Get in there, get the uniform, because it's a lot easier to do a core transfer once you're in than what it is at the moment getting told no. So go in, get the uniform, get your name on your chest, illuminate that with pride, prepare yourself, go straight over to infantry 343, come and become a grunt. Blakey Smith says, I don't believe in national services. We need a barrier between civilian life and armed forces. You need to choose not to be forced. I believe everyone should be forcing anyone. I'm against it. Okay, Blakey, I always call you contrarian. I think you're wrong again, mate. You're confusing national service with fighting abroad. That's not what it's about. And I can tell you from all the countries I've seen overseas, with national service, every one of their countries has a better civilization, really, than Australia does. When you go to Israel, they love their country. They're competent on weapon systems. They're law-abiding. They were excellent, and they had a lot of pride in their country. Australia Day this year, I only saw one Australian flag. We're slipping backwards. We need to stop that. We need to stop that slide. Is Quintus the tiger still a mascot of 5RR? I don't know if they've got a physical tiger anymore, Buckaroony, but they did used to have a tiger as the mascot, and we've got that here as well. I remember it used to be at Taronga Zoo, so it wasn't really that legit. But it did used to go on parades. It used to get, it's funny, you get kicked out of the army for drugs, but the tiger used to be on the drugs that killed River Phoenix. They never had a problem with that. So tonight, if you're watching, g'day, Skull Wars. Skux Lord, 6RR. Mate, how come they're not doing this at 6RR? You've got the perfect platform at fucking Brisbane to be making a video like this. Maybe you need to be the first guy that pushes this forward and says, hey, let's create this. The one thing that you don't see enough on War Pigs is actual soldiers talking, not just saying, this is my army, but have soldiers on there talking, laughing. It can be vetted. The media office can say, is there anything wrong with the message? No. Is it offensive? No. Is it the sort of people we want to come and join? Is it showing the sense of camaraderie that gives someone an escape from Australian civilian life? Yes. Then put it in there. Let's see the faces and the personalities beside the people, because I'm telling you now, a lot of guys, when they see the body armor, when they see the helmet, when they see the night vision equipment, they're going to look at that and go, that's more than I can do. I'm not ready for that. I don't know if I can do it. Of course they can. But we do things in steps to get to perfection, or as close to perfection. We never stop training. You never stop training your entire career. And you don't know if you're a good guy, you don't know if you're a good soldier until someone else says it or until you're discharged. A successful career can still be blown out of the water in the last fucking 6 months. 3RR, Armoured Logistics. Had an incident with the bastards trying to break into my place. That's right. Carl P needs that Mossberg shotgun, the Intimidator, they call it in America. Okay, Mike Reynolds says that these videos are making him froth for it. That can be you. 1 year from now, that can be you, mate. Remember that. Jared, good to see you there, mate. I had to watch the video that's coming up twice. There you go. It's a great one. Slippery Gypsy, that's a great name. That might be one of the best names we've ever had. How similar is combat engineer to infantry role? It's different. Okay, they are a brigade asset. They will work for the brigade commander. The infantry will work for an infantry lieutenant colonel. So engineers, their role is not to seek out and close the enemy, to kill or capture him, to seize and hold ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. Their role is, let's have a look. Let's have a look. The role of the Australian Army engineers. I'm glad you asked, because now I'm going to know. The role of the Royal Australian Engineers to provide geospatial combat and force support engineering capabilities to enable joint manoeuvre and survivability. The Royal Australian Engineers provide specific enabling capabilities in support of combat missions and special operations. That's a really gay role. They need to change that, because they do have offensive roles. They do have route denial roles, etc. So, they can do better than that. Make it sound a little bit more war-y. Get the people in there. They work very, very hard. Their job is not to seek out and close the enemy. Their job is to create obstacles, deny the enemy or open passageways for infantry armoured corps to go through. Yep. Their job is to EOD, to reduce casualties by disarming. They can be used for a million roles. Are they capable of fighting? Absolutely. Are they as crazy as pirates? Absolutely. Do I recommend them? Yes, I do. Honestly, getting into artillery will physically prepare you for infantry, since theirs is the second hardest physical job in the PT. At artillery training will get you fit for the transport. Yep. Sorry I speak so quick, team. It's because every one of you deserves an answer to your comments. That's why sometimes it feels like ADHD manic. Yep. Did this just stop? Step 4. If I enlist as artillery, how long do I have to wait until I'm able to transfer to infantry? I'd say 1 year, mate. I'd say 1 year. You can do that, finish what you start sort of thing, We'll just have a look down here for a second. Grubby Dick Quintus was demoted to Colonel for growing at growling to CO on 5-7. There we go. What about the role of Ramey? Ramey's excellent, mate. They're good guys. My dad was Ramey. I don't know what's going on with the. Is this playing all right at the moment? At the moment, it's frozen on my screen. Mick, there's only one corps, and that has a role. The infantry, all other corps in service has a task to support that role. It is true, Mick, except for the cavalry. But then again, they're reconnaissance as well, aren't they? What about tanks? Can we watch the video? You can, because you asked nicely. Let's do it.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Try to think of something different. Oh, my God, keep me from going lunatic. Boom, moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war.
How can you put it better than that? There is no discharge in a war. You cannot quit. That is an excellent video. I've never seen the poem before. All of these are from War Pigs. They're all from War Pigs. Team, if you can go to their page now, if you're on Instagram, and go to their page and tick on the latest video, follow them, and then put in a comment beside them, Kaz sent us here. Because we have to stick up for those that are supporting you, creating information, that are trying to help you. And who does it better than anyone else I'll show you. He's a legend. Where are we? Where are we? Share screen. And you're probably going to have heard of it before. Bam. That's it. Zero Limits with Matty Morris. It doesn't get any better than that. I've been on there for 2 of his podcasts. He's a guy that is perpetual motion. He's got all of the best people, not talking about what they're going to do in their career, but talking about what they've done. This is a guy that really should, be on either Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan to elevate him. He's a massive, massive dude. I believe that's Rick Miller over here. There we go. It's Mr. Stewart, Commander, the Chief of the Australian Defence Force, right here. Now, what more would you want than to talk to all of these legends? And you get all of that, all of it on Zero Limits. Okay. So, team, we can go back to videos if you want. Okay, we're going to have a talk for a little while because we don't want to keep you on here past the hour mark, which means we've got 19 minutes and 13 seconds. Buckaroo says, get on Patreon, mate, and Kaz will get you there. Team, this bat phone is the phone. This is the key. All day, every day, no days off. I'm on here, one-on-one conversations with you as I coach you through and assist you through the down times, the up times, the celebrations, and sometimes I turn up in person. There's a guy at Singleton at the moment who I'm hoping to be either to pick him up from Newcastle with his buddies this weekend, or take him to take him down to Newcastle with his buddies, depending on what my movements are. So that would be exciting for him and for me. And guys, when you see people's faces that you've been speaking to for years, helping them get to their dream, it is excellent and it's worth it. I met a guy named John today in Bunnings. I can't believe it. It's absolutely astounding. I went there to go and get a Ethernet cable to be able to do this tonight. And I started talking to him. He wants to join the military. He's got 2 kids, doesn't want to work for Bunnings anymore. And, so we're having coffee in the next few days, and we're going to do what we can to change this guy's life. Okay, I'm at CISB at the moment, and it's all right. There you go. Look, the closer you are to the spear point, the more mateship adventure and excitement there is. You've got to know that. If you come in and you want to be a cook, okay, the adventure's not going to be there. The excitement is not going to be there, stirring food with a fucking oar, But if you're in engineers and you're blowing shit up, or you've got a pet dog that's also working with you every day in engineers, or you're in Armoured Corps, in a Hawkeye out of the 1216 Hunter River Lancers represent, or an infantry unit, and you're in a helo, you've never been in one before, and there you are with your best mate's cam cream mine helmet, getting ready to go with your protective ensemble, and you're flying over beautiful clear water of North Queensland, or about to go onto a ship to be part of a US fleet. Wouldn't you be excited? Absolutely you would be. You can't do any of that as a civilian, and you're going to get to a certain age where you can't look back. William OAM, Matt Williams was in 7RR. There you go, Josh. Bowerbird prospecting. My first preference isn't available till January next year. The second is available now. I just don't want regrets. Should I wait? I don't know, Bowerbird, we're in tough times, man. We're in tough times. What's more important to you, the actual corps that you want to go into or actually serving in a uniform? I reckon if any combat corps gives you the option, I'd say, you're the one that came to me, I'll take it. Daisy. Hey, I just want to say cheers for the videos on the stuff like the PFA and all the pre-enlistment stuff I just applied today. Fantastic, mate. I hope you got in front of the wave before all the people that left school last year and said, I don't want to be a fucking uni student. I want to serve my nation. And now they're standing in line, maybe in front of you. Have I seen the standard for a RAF 6.5 in the beep test and 25 push-ups for men? Look, it doesn't impress me, Kenny, but at the end of the day, I don't believe that these fitness tests for the military. The fitness test for military is asked by nature, is asked by the mission, is asked by the purpose of staying up with the guys. So I've seen guys that can do similar to me. We're doing 100 push-ups in 2 minutes. We're doing 8-minute runs, but can't stay up on their feet with a pack on their back in the field environment. So I let the field decide who passes a field test or not. If people want to walk in there unprepared, then I'll also take glee in watching the sweat come off them, like it's arterial bleeding. I have no sympathy for people that turn up unprepared. Cooks have a higher body count than infantry, I believe it. Leave our R3 sweating in the north. Chris, daughter goes to Kapuka next week. How proud must you be, mate? Man, that is a very proud moment, and hopefully it's the last career she ever has. Hopefully that she gets it all squared away and she ends up moving somewhere where you get to follow up and have holidays around her 12 weeks she has off, because I guarantee any other job, she wouldn't get as much time to see you as what she's going to as a military member with your family name on her chest, illuminated through her actions. You're going to be a very proud man, but it's also going to be very bloody hard because dads love their daughters. I've got one. I know it. I feel it every day. She's 14 nearly, and I know when she flies that coop, I'll be following her like a stalker. Pardon me. Will says, what do you think the chance of having a successful reapplication after a mental health rejection, assuming a no symptoms and relapse rate, low risk from a psychologist? Will, I'd say as long as you have been diagnosed and have new psychological evidence, medical evidence saying you're fine, that you haven't been to a psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist for over a year, that you are not on any controlled drugs whatsoever, that you have proof that you've been able to hold down another job, I think you should be fine. Aussie, good luck to her, Davenport. Tell her even when it gets hard, this is what she wanted, to keep pushing through. Kapuka isn't like the actual army. Absolutely not. Aussie, excellent advice. Expert badass. No push-ups for RAF. Lots of laugh. It's only sit-ups. That's all right, man. I'll keep taking the girls off the RAFies. Simon Powell, he turned up. It's like you summoned him. Simon, can you please put the link for the Patreon in the comments right now? Simon, I've also got to say thank you for him. He talked me through the aggression that I was having today with trying to set up this to be a cleaner stream than what it is, to make it what it is now. On my screen, it's frozen, but it's still saying it's an excellent connection. Hi, Kaz, what do you think of the role of transport? What is the role of transport? I'm not trying to laugh at you, mate, but I'm going to laugh at you. Role of transport, Australian Army. Let's see what it says. The role of the Australian Corps of Transport, RACT, is to control and operate service transport, provide movements, terminal and postal control, and manage aspects of air logistics support. So the actual description is actually boring as shit. And I've got to be honest there. But if that's what you want and you're going to get some amazing tickets out of it, not everyone can be infantry, not everyone can be artillery. We still need everyone. Mr. Buckery, that is his poor mate talking about low standards. Absolutely. Chris, thanks, Ozzy. Can we get some thumbs up for Chris, considering he's got to have his daughter go and join? Where are we? Where are we, Chris? Daughter goes to Kapuka next week. Can we get some thumbs up for his young lass? Don't put a name in here, mate. So, Chris, we're all very proud of her, mate. Her life is about to change. 1 year from her here, she's going to be a completely different person, and you're going to be a very proud man. Yeah. Philip, Kaz, what do you think about me enlisting April 26th? I'm 17 and halfway through year 11 and fit wanting to join infantry or artillery. So I don't understand here. Are you saying that you actually are enlisting on the 26th, the day after Anzac Day, 2 days after Capion Day? Or is that the day you want to apply? Two different things. Dawn will be a sapper. There we go. That means engineers team, for those that don't know. How long does it normally take for everything to be approved in today's society? An average of 300 days. Daisy, depending on what you're going for, and it's going to take even longer if you're going for a combat corps now. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that it's time to open a second training scheme that allows for the expansion of the army for more people. Take them while you can. Take them while you can. If it means you've got to open up another battalion, so be it. Jeremy, it took me 2.5 years. Okay, but as we know, there's two sides to every story, and sometimes there's a reason. Okay, so Jeremy, what was the reason for that? I got rejected around last year and told to wait 2 years. Johnny, what was the story, mate? What did they reject you for, my man? And I'm not trying to be insulting here. Don't be funny. Any thoughts of the role of Teletech? No. No. Sorry, team. There's the link there for Simon Powell. If you think that I can help you, then jump onto the Patreon. Go to the Black Legion. If you're already on my Patreon team and you are a free member on there, sorry, guys, my time is worth at least a cup of coffee a month. Become a paid member on the Black Legion, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, video quality is, it's okay. Fantastic. Good to know, my team. What do we got? Nobes here. I first applied last July and I'm just waiting for my enlistment date now as of a week ago. Try to stay motivated. It can be a long process. It can be, but if you look out like you're looking at the stock market, team, just imagine, where am I going to be 1 year from now? And that's going to be in the uniform, name tag on, Australian flag on your arm, you know, surrounded by your new best mates you didn't know existed, where you can cultivate them for every girl they've ever met, you know, and there you go, team. You've only got to get it done right, get it done once, and just don't get out. Bradley, 91, a battery, New South Wales artillery raised in 1871, proud to have been a gunny. There is the 80s on the M2A2s. There we go. Matto, how you going, mate? Brad was told about the battery, some long and proud history in that battery, just here to provide mechanical support. They also used to be very good at boxing as well, and the PDIs used to come from artillery as well. Hunter Edwards got my defence interview on Friday. Hunter, great name. Guys, take your career seriously. Get on Patreon, Black Legion, get on the phone, because I tell you, for the price of a coffee, if that can prevent you from saying something stupid that gets you disqualified, you know, you can thank me next year. We need to fix Gallipoli Barracks while we're at it. That place is a shit fight. It's not as bad as Tully, but Tim Robinson applied for combat engineer in August last year, and they reckon I'm not even looking to enlist until July or longer. Apply for combat engineer. That sounds about right, my man. But you know what? Like I say, once you're in, and then you don't look back, you're going to be laughing. There's nothing deliberate about this. No one's trying to be an arsehole to your team. They only have so many numbers. We're dealing with a very unusual generation that comes in, says it's a calling, this is all they've ever wanted, and then they fucking quit. You know? No one understands why. The shortest Kapuka's ever been, and it's still they quit. There's people quitting from the 3-week Army Reserve course. It doesn't make sense, team. Oath or affirmation, I will never quit. I want to go home. That doesn't make sense to me. So I applied last September and I leave 5th of May. So it wasn't too bad for me, Tyler. You're going straight in for winter. You've got to see it. Love to see it. Simon, the video and sound are perfect. I'm a freaking genius. You've done a good job, mate. You have done a good job, but I'm not going to put gay porn on like you asked. Or someone eating KFC in slow motion. Just join the Black Legion, everyone. Kaz will help you get focused on the prize. Wingnut is the oldest member we've ever got into the army. I won't tell you how old he was, but it's between 53 and 55. Well done, Wingy. Willie, Johnny, that was my reason for rejection as well. My experience so far is building up evidence that you are A-OK with the evidence Kaz mentioned earlier. It has to be medical evidence, not referrals from people. So they can look at it and say, this is going on top of the form that says it is safe to put you in so we don't end up with you being out of there and having a multi-million-dollar payout. Max says, what do you think our army, mainly infantry, will look like technology speaking in 2028? Mate, if you look at what the army looked like when I was in, and I got out in 2015, there is nothing in common. Nothing in common. The level of evolution of the military is out of control. There has never been a better time to join, said a Chinaman. We'll call you Tiffy. Grumpy Digger was married, subject matter expert, Stone Church, SME Sydney. Stone Church, one of the oldest in Australia. There we go. Green Cobra. You can't beat that name, team. That's a great one. Expert Badass. Kaz, I think you give more support to the candidates of the ADF than the ADF does. Not going to lie. I agree. I do agree. I'm going to do a video soon. We're going to get out of here in a second. Tim, I'll put a video on before we leave. And I just want to let you know, if you are in the Army, if you are in the Army Reserve, and you're in a position and you are between the Sunshine Coast and Melbourne, I'm willing to create a package for your unit to come down and be a public speaker and deliver training to your soldiers, not getting on the ground and shit, but giving lessons, bringing modern social media, public speaking, those who've been on the ground, instructors before, to come in as a breath of fresh air, not like in a curry house, and come and communicate to show your leadership that you're able to think outside the box, harness the names of the people they see on the big screens or your phones, and come in and speak to your soldiers face to face, no rank, and treat them like adults and have those robust conversations and explain the why and everything above the line that I know about your training that you don't know, so that you can become the best version of you. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. All you've got to do is reach out and I will do it. I don't care what corps it is. If we put time into you and it saves lives in the future, it is worth it. Ben Bradford, there he is. Hey, Kaz, I hope you and the members are going well. We're doing pretty well, mate. We're doing pretty well. Everyone's been very respectful, and that's why I love this channel. One of the best videos I've seen recently was Mr. Buckaroony, on Sunday, did a video about what his executive orders would be, and I agreed with every single one of them. Michael the Joker went through looks with Kapuka with Wingnut, absolute weapon of a man, never gave up when things got tough. Is it true that the creaking of his hips gave his away to the enemy butt? Hey, Kaz, hope you're doing well, sir. Heading into the big green machine. Thanks for everything you do, mate. Frosted for Wago. Is that like Frosted Fire? Tyler. It'll be different for everyone. I applied in September last year. My original date for Kapuka was March. I just got delayed for an unknown reason. I now leave on the 5th of March. That's already over. I now leave on the 5th of March. You mean the 5th of April? 5th of May. There you go. 5th of May. Hunter Edwards, go and join the Patreon. Totally forgot you had it. Hunter, no dramas, mate. Get on there. I cannot wait to talk to you. Besides, you can never have too many hunters. Anonymous, I was on the phone with Jack 2 days ago with the Patreon and nearly punched on with a couple of guys over in the Bronx over here. He must have been thinking, what? Cats, don't do it. You're going to get flogged. Anyway, we're about to get out of here soon. Will, generally around 4 months. I applied in February this year for reserves, and I'm set for enlistment around winter. Just waiting for my interviews now. Good news. Good to hear. There you go. There's a Raffy going off it. Just hit that like button, you bastards. Kane, how you going, my man? I respect you, buddy. I really do. Hey, Chris Davenport, thank you very much, my man. Thank you for that, sir. Okay, the super sticker. So, Chris, how funny is it that your daughter's about to go to Kapuka a week from now? You just did a super sticker, and guess what? The donations that I get from this channel actually goes to my daughter's future. So you've actually now provided $10, okay, to my daughter's future that goes into her share portfolio, because I've got a few sicknesses. Don't think I'll be around, but I will need to be around at least 30 years so this matures, so I can watch her be happy in this lifetime. Thank you very much, mate. Scotty, I hope you're all well, and I'll call you tomorrow, Kaz. No worries, fingers. See you there. Hope your back's doing all right, my man. Benny Bradford, Kaz, MCD is treating me well. On the down low, the 12-month program is very rushed and definitely is downgrading the level of officers being produced. But you know what? It's okay, because it is the opportunity that allows officers to rise. Managers, as a minimum, officers will step up when the opportunities arrive. They don't have a choice. They have to. The Wasp. G'day, buddy. Happy to help, says Chris. Thank you very much, mate. It's a pleasure to receive. Kane. There we are. Hope you're doing well up there, Kane. Simon Powell, more like Kaz's daughter's shopping habit. No, she doesn't get this shit until she's older. She's got to give me kids. She's got to have kids before she gets her rewards, my man. Guys, it's good to be back here. It's good to have a cleaner stream. I hope you've appreciated that. I'm going to put this video on one more time because this G's me up. And sometimes when we feel like we're losing hope a little bit, sometimes when you feel like, why do we do this? Like, is Australia worth defending anymore? It just seems like an angry pit of despair with poor leadership. You watch something like this and it makes me happy.
They're just born to fight, I think. It's not that they're born brave. It's not that they're born strong. It's just that the universe has decided that this one will have grit and fire and steel in their blood. And it'll be tested, this cosmic metal of theirs. They'll face trial after trial, be broken and damaged in countless ways. But this one was born to fight. Not the life they would have chosen. Maybe they'd love to lay down their arms. But they were born to fight. It's what they know. It's what they do best. It's all they can do.
Just remember, team, every single one of these soldiers that you're looking at now probably had a chance to go the other side of the tracks, so to speak, when it comes to tough guy, testosterone, peer pressure. Every one of these guys also has an entire family around them that is very proud of them. Remember that. What they should show is a picture, I believe, or a video, and what it should be, it'd be a great video. And it just shows you a kid who's playing footy, and then adult, someone who is with their daughter, walking them to school, someone that is going about their normal day. But what you didn't realise at the end, bam, they've all been conscripted and they're all dead. Remember, every one of these faces in Ukraine, in Russia, they're not into that fight. They're doing it because they're proud of their country and they're not going to run, just like the kangaroo and just like the emu. These guys are staying, they're fighting, they're defending. And the guys from Russia, they're getting pulled out too, and they're being sent to the front against their wishes. So let's hope that we see peace and we see the wars end. I want to see soldiers everywhere, but I want to see them with cricket bats and footies. you know, and I want to see them shaking hands and being bored because there's no war while they get fit but love their family. You know, be careful what we ask for. Our flag is beautiful, isn't it? Can we get some thumbs up for the Australian flag team? Designed by Australians for Australians. Serve our country. Australia. Team, what more can you say? Perfect. Guys and gals, we're going to get out of here now. But just remember, there's people in harm's way that wear our uniforms, and it's ordinary men doing extraordinary things. You know, and it's going to be you soon enough. Team, take it easy, and just remember our peace doesn't come free. Righto? Yeah, over 103,000 dead. And counting. It's not over yet, team. The fat lady's not singing. Take it easy. Love your country, love your family, but stand for something. See you later. And to the war picks, to 7RAR, setting the standard. I hope this gets to you, mate. I'm fucking proud of you. And I reckon the rest of the army should be making every battalion a franchise and following your lead because you're doing it goddamn right. It was a pleasure to support you tonight, and I hope that you feel like you've got the respect from the greater community of Australia today. 7RAR, 57RAR, duty first. See you later. Peace to your mother.